Dear friends, this is a promotion for my book. My third book is out and available, but the paperback version isn't out yet, so I'll be talking more in depth about like hardcore promotion about it when the paperback is available, paperback is available. But today I wanted to talk in relation to my book. What the heck is my third book about? If you don't know, my first book is about social anxiety, but I don't give you like tips on what to do. The root of social anxiety, in my opinion, is the biggest root is shame. And so I talk deeply about shame and how to resolve shame. My second book is an anti-procrastination book, and it is called The Action Formula. And in that book, I don't talk about just procrastination, but I talk about how action is a spectrum. And on the one hand, you have a crazy amount of action without even thinking about it. That's sort of me these days. And on the other hand, there's procrastination. And now I give you all the parameters that you can modify in order to get you to like wherever you want inside of the spectrum. That's my second book. My third book is called The Detox Formula, and it's about toxicity. Now, as a human being, you're gonna experience a lot of negative emotions and negative things happen to your life. How do you get over that? And how do you push through the negativity becomes a very important question if you are interested in moving forward with your life. And now, um, I believe there are progressions in your self development, and when it comes to sort of like unattached happiness. Unattached happiness, I mean, by if I have, if my glasses are dirty, I cannot be happy. If my glasses are clean, I'm happy. So now my glasses are clean right now, so I'm happy. But that happiness is conditional because as soon as the glasses go dirty, I'm gonna feel sad again, right? So what determines my happiness? My glasses. I don't control my happiness. I'm not actively happy whenever I want to be, right? So that is what I mean by attached happiness. You are happy, but by a condition that is fabricated inside of your head. And now, with that, what's the progression? I believe at first you have lots of problems dealing with the world and society and basically the greater systems that govern our life, things that are way bigger than us. So now, this is your relationship with genetics, right? Why can't I be tall? Why can't I be 6 feet? And if you are experiencing perhaps like hair loss, why do I have the genes for hair loss? Or maybe you have the genes for like something else, like you have odd eye and you don't feel comfortable about that, or like you have really bad BO and you don't feel happy about that, right? But like, or maybe you weren't born with fingers, or maybe you have like disability like Down syndrome, and another example is like race. Why was I born Asian? And so it's like that is telling you that you have these determined things in your life, and I can't be happy because of that. And moreover, money. I can't be happy unless I'm rich, right? And like validation from society. I can't be happy unless I feel validated all the time. So that's the first step. Like when you learn how to overcome that, and be like, yeah, I guess like society can be like, whatever it is, but it's up to me. Like I hold the power to kind of live my life regardless of what society says. Now, like that awareness, I think turns out to be quite a simpler one because like that's my experience as a coach. Now, and then the second layer is like interpersonal relationships. Okay, so like you're okay with like the world being like the world it is, and like you don't feel responsible for like with the world, but you get some sense of how you can be happy with yourself. And then, but the thing is, like, my mom, she really annoys me. But the thing is, my boss, they really annoy me. And, my wife, my husband drives me insane. And, like, so these interpersonal things start becoming really annoying. And now, especially when you couple that with, like, some people who have, like, tendencies to drive you particularly nuts, like toxic personalities, like your life can be very difficult, right? But then now this is a little bit more difficult. You have to understand that like you don't change the other person. You just change yourself and you can be completely happy with that. Now, that's a slightly harder hurdle to overcome, but then you're like, you know what? Like it does work. After some time you're like, okay, you know what? They can do whatever they want. I can't control them, and I'm just gonna be happy in my own terms. And then now the next progression is you. So now you're like, oh yeah, I feel good, right? And I'm some hot shit, and like I don't care about the world, I don't care about other people, like I can be happy whenever I want. But the thing is, you're gonna rapidly find out that you have a lot of tendencies and habits within you that want to keep you confined in the same place. Those habits don't want you to venture outside of the habit. And so, oh, maybe I want to be more adventurous, I want to be more outgoing. Your habits are always going to say, don't do that, don't go outside. And it's going to draw you back in. And okay, you know what? I'm going to be a morning person. I'm going to wake up early. And then every morning, I'm going to be like, you can sleep in. It's okay. And so now you're going to find that the biggest restriction to your happiness turns out to be you. And then the next step is you become completely free from yourself, and now you are completely an untethered and happy person. And now you there's no distinguishing between me and you and the world, and you just won't become one with the world. Now, I'll be honest, that's like practicing monk's life, and you don't need to be there. But the thing is, like, why this progression in the first place? Why do we need to even care about it? Because turns out when you can be happy regardless of what happens around you, it's a very big gift you give to yourself. Feeling unattached happiness is a profoundly transforming experience. Like when you first get the glimpse of it and you feel so liberated, tears are gonna stream from your face because you're so happy with it. And I think like some examples of this like is like suppose you had a really toxic boss and they were driving you crazy at work, but then you couldn't quit because you had like, you know, money and job market is like really hard these days. And then turns out the boss got fired. And now imagine the like relief of like, oh my God, like I don't have to deal with that person anymore. Now imagine that, but like with everything. And like all the things that used to restrict you and like confine you in your own life, when you just get the taste of being untethered from it, it's just gonna be such a profound transformative experience. And I really think it's important that everybody at least gets an idea of how that's possible. And that is precisely the topic of my book, The Detox Formula. It's a survival guide against a world full of toxicity. And you start out with yourself. And you detoxify yourself. And then you detoxify your family. You detoxify your relationships. You detoxify your work environment. You detoxify random strangers. And then you finally learn how to thrive in the world that is full with toxicity. So the book is not really available in paperback right now, but if you are interested in a digital format, I will include the links in the descriptions below. And I think it'll be a very helpful book if you're trying to. I think this is a very good book to get started on the self-development journey. Like most of my books. Well, not like all of my books. I only have three, and they're all pretty good for starting the self-development journey. So my hope is that you will check it out, but then, you know, I will continue talking about it in the future. So expect to hear more about the theme of self-development, especially when it comes to controlling your own happiness. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.